my lad, I'm afraid I am going to have to place you under arrest. On whose authority? That would be Mr. Burley and Mr. Strong in the arm. Fine gentlemen indeed, to be sure. Friday, Q&A, Fanmail. Lovely. Alright. First of all, upcoming events. In September, I will be attending Afterworlds. The fall game should be lovely. I have no idea what exactly I'm going to be doing, but it's going to be fantastic. I have absolutely no doubt. In October, I will be attending Ragnar Oktoberfest down in San Jose. That should be fantastic. There's going to be a boatload of us coming from up here going down there. We're going to all go together, or at least a bunch of us are. Should be absolutely fantastic. There's going to be Nerf tubers from all over the country there. Should be awesome. And then in November, I will be attending Recon in Portland and running a Nerf war for them, which should be fantastic, assuming we don't get absolutely deluged out of the tennis courts. But, yeah. Also look forward to a channel update video coming out probably tomorrow. Some interesting opportunities have come up, and I've set a long-term goal for myself that I kind of want to run by you guys and discuss and see what you guys think of it. So stay tuned for that. But now, the questions. Hades _1. Hades _1. Do you remember the World War I reenactment question where you didn't know how to do mustard gas? Because you could use yellow smoke grenades and some role-playing. Yeah, I said that I didn't do World War I reenactment because of the lack of mustard gas, but there's really a lot of other reasons, because you can reenact World War II fairly well because it was a war of movement. There was a lot of running around and tank battles and running through hedgerows and all of that. World War I was so static and so horrific. There was never a war like it, and there's never been a war like it since, and God willing, we'll never have another war like it in the future. And you really couldn't reenact it with Nerf properly, because how do you reenact trenches? How do you reenact trench foot? How do you reenact coughing up your own lung? How do you reenact the horror of constant bombardment? How do you reenact any of the horrors of World War I with Nerf? It just, it just wouldn't ever have the right feel, I don't think. And it's, yeah. But yeah, smoke grenades would actually be a decent representation. At the very least, they tell you which way the smoke was going, because quite often the poison gas got blown right back into the line that sent it because the wind shifted. So, yeah, a couple of people recommended that, and I think it is actually it's how you would go about doing that portion of it. The rest of it would be hard. Royal Skull Gaming. Have you ever thought about making a Nerf Fat Man from Fallout? I actually have thought about it. I saw somebody who did a cosplay of Mario and Luigi from Fallout, and they had Bullet Bill as a fat man. At least I think that's what it was. I don't actually know that much about Fallout. But yeah, I kind of actually like the idea of making, using a drain blaster or making my own tank so that I can fire a genuinely ridiculously large Nerf rocket. It'd probably have horrific range and accuracy, but would be hilarious, and it is actually on my list of things to try to build. Sarah Brackley, how would you go about making a single-shot rival blaster? Well, I actually kind of have. Most of the spring-powered Mega Blasters can be modified to fire rival just by taking out the AR and the dart post. So the Hot Shock and the Big Shock, they can both do it. You can actually do it with a Cyclone Shock. The magazine-fed one, obviously not so much. That's the barrel-loaded springers. All pretty much can just by doing that. They don't work particularly great unless you really put a heavy spring in them, because Rival takes a lot of air to get moving, but I actually did run it in a war. I ran my Hot Shock in a Rival-only round. It was the only Rival blaster I had, or the only blaster I had that could even fire Rival. So I took it and my Riot Shield and a dump pouch full of rounds, and went up against Out of Darts with his Hurricane. I lost that particular engagement. Dale Linton. If you had to pick a melee weapon of history and any shield of history to run in a real-life apocalypse, what would you pick?
It would depend on the nature of the apocalypse. If we're talking about a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't run a shield at all because it's just going to be cumbersome. And my melee weapon of choice would be a titanium crowbar. If we're talking about one where, you know, the primary threat are people, then I would probably go with some kind of a, you know, a plexiglass riot shield, and probably still go with a titanium crowbar, or a warhammer, honestly. Maybe an axe, just because I'd want something that could be used for more than just killing people, so that's why the crowbar is so handy, because you can use it to open doors if you really need to. But a really light shield, preferably a large one. I probably wouldn't try to go with bulletproof, just because a bulletproof shield is going to be way too cumbersome. Yeah, it really would depend on the apocalypse. Paladin NJ01 Studios. If you had the time, would you make an entire armory worth of Stampedes and name them all after the Valkyries? Oh yes, definitely. Well, I'd build the arsenal of Stampedes. They'd have to earn their names, but I would definitely love to build a whole variety of different Stampedes, and I do actually plan to. I mean, I've built 2 so far, and I've got plans for another Stampede and then another primary that may or may not get names. We'll see how well they end up performing in the end. Smith Zero. What about a hammer attachment for ire? For when you're in the middle of a war and spot a dent or a loose nail? Brian Kersey. Is there a fictional or obscure weapon you'd like to replicate with Nerf modding that hasn't been done before? You know, there isn't a whole lot that hasn't been done before. I'd like to do the heavy gun from Aliens. You see the pulse rifles done with Stampedes and Rapid Strikes, but I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do the heavy one with the Steadicam support system. That I think would be pretty cool. Isaac Lanzer, what's your favorite Star Wars blaster? I'm actually partial to the E11, the Stormtrooper standard issue rifle or blaster myself. I just like the look of it. I like that it actually does have a stock, though nobody ever uses it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Commander Dante, I'm a fan of the Bowie knife and the sax. What is your favorite type of knife from history for a fight? The sax for me too, actually. I love the look of the sax. A good friend of mine actually made a Scottish-style sax out of a U.S. issue machete. He cut down the blade to be the shape of a sax and then made his own handle and his own scabbard for it. And then he gave it to my sergeant, Kyle. And when Kyle was deployed to Iraq with the National Guard, he showed up to deployment formation with the machete on his gear, his tactical gear. Because being a member of the National Guard, or at least in the Idaho National Guard, you're allowed to use any piece of equipment that was ever issued by the U.S. Army. And so he showed up with this machete on his web gear, and his commanding officer, while inspecting troops, walks by, sees this hand-stitched leather scabbard with this handmade handle on all of the rest of his gear, and he gives Kyle this look. Kyle doesn't blink, stares straight ahead, and the guy reaches up, pulls the blade free just enough to see the U.S. Army stamp on the blade, slides it back in, goes, "Carry on, Allison." Kyle's last name is Allison. And carries on down the line. So, yeah, the sax. I love it. That particular sax, when he made it, it was so perfectly balanced. You couldn't hold this thing and not be filled with a deep, deep innate desire to hack someone's arm off with it. It was a terrifying thing, and I love it. I wonder where. I hope Kyle still has it. Tamora Borman person. Grenier or Corpus from Warframe? I have no idea what the question even is. Ha ha ha! Gotcha. JK8Z. I've never actually had root beer. What would you suggest trying first? This person is from the UK, I believe, and it's really not surprising. Root beer is apparently very much not popular in Europe. And I've heard a number of different theories as to why, but they tend to say that it's too sweet, or that it tastes like cough syrup, which apparently they make their cough syrup taste like root beer, which, if every time I got, a nasty sore throat, somebody gave me root beer, I wouldn't want to drink it for fun either. But I would recommend, honestly, starting with A&W, if you can get it. It is the classic. It's pretty much the center line for root beer. We have, actual just A&W stores here, where it's a restaurant that exclusively serves A&W root beer. And I think there was at least one A&W in Great Britain. My Sergeant Kyle found it, though I think it was in Glasgow, so it might be a little out of your way. But if you can get a hold of some A&W, I would start with that. Then you can move up to the hard stuff, the Henry Weinhardts and the IBC and the Thomas Kemper and the bottled stuff, Virgil's, that sort of thing. Randall the Vandal. How well would you guess a cyclone shock with a shotgun cylinder could be made to look like the Halo Mauler pistol? I haven't the foggiest idea what a Halo Mauler pistol looks like, but I imagine it could probably be done. What with us, being able to build spaceships and all. Yeah, no, I don't play Halo because first-person shooters make me motion sick, so I have no idea what the Mauler pistol looks like. I could Google it, but I imagine it looks like a pistol. So, I bet you could do it with either enough foam, or if there is a toy one out there, you could take the parts off of that and attach them to a cyclone shock. It'd probably work pretty well. Give it a try. Send me pictures. Sleeping Panzer. What do you think about making a Skittle-themed blaster? That would be neat. I like this plan. Ben Fultram. What do you say in the intro of Captain's commentary? I believe what I'm saying is, alright, you feckless sacks of zombie chow. Listen up. Robert Smith, when do you think you'll be taking commissions again? I have absolutely no idea. If I knew, I would tell you. And as a rule, anytime somebody asks me this, I delay it by another week. So far, y'all have delayed it by 20 months and 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. So, be aware of that. Oh My Gaming! What is your favorite kind of candy? Generally, I like the chewy, fruity kind. So I really like Starburst and Skittles and Laffy Taffy and things like that. But I also do very much like a wide variety of candy bars: Snickers, Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Babe Ruth. Nothing with coconut. I do not like coconut at all. I don't like the texture. And I don't like incredibly sour things. And I don't like banana flavored things. But I like lemon flavored. That's one of my favorites. So I like lemon Starburst and lemon Skittles, and I like lime flavored things. I'm a fan of many things blue raspberry, despite the fact that that's not actually a thing. Yeah. Twix, but that's for religious reasons. The Cheddar Avenger! I love that name. How does VR work with your motion sick? I'm horrible. I can't, not even a little bit. The first time I ever played Elite Dangerous was on the Oculus Rift, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, but lord did it make me sick. Which is why I've never really looked into it since, which is a shame because it's such a cool concept. BXR 2K1. Ever thought of making a rival crossbow? Not really. I mean, obviously it's possible. The Romans were actually quite fond of rock-throwing catapultas, as well as crossbows. I mean, Da Vinci designed one that fired a rock the size of a bowling ball. So it can be done, but I've never really considered it because I doubt it would work terribly well with Rival because of how little mass they have. But it's certainly worth a try. Tommy Lynn, what product do you use for your beautiful beard? None. I don't use any kind of product at all other than just, the shampoo that I wash my hair with. It just naturally grows this lush and luxurious. Say to me, for Jazz Jackrabbit, PC or Game Boy Advanced? PC. Going way back. I think the version we had was on either Windows 95 or Windows 3.11. It was old. Ha! Oh, overshot. Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating to me how many of you chose to give up your commenting privileges just to make a joke about me missing the Vulcan after I specifically asked you not to, but to each their own. Alright, time to open the fan mail. Alright, well, I have a boatload of packages, many of which actually look like fan mail stuff. There's probably a couple of diagnostic and repair blasters in here, which is always cool. By the way, if you're going to send me blasters for that, include a note and a mailing address telling me what's wrong with the blaster and how I can send it back to you, because I sometimes end up losing the boxes or getting rid of the boxes, or the boxes get scrambled, so I don't necessarily know where it's going back to. So either include your mailing address in the emails that we send back and forth when we discuss whether or not I will accept the blaster, and then probably put a note in the package as well. So, we're going to start with a letter here from a James Brinster. Dear Captain Xavier, I'm a big fan of your channel, and I am also into Nerf, although I don't know how to get to those cool Nerf wars that you go to. I think me and my friends would have a blast, so please write me back and tell me how to go to one. Sincerely, James the Medic. So, the vast majority of major Nerf clubs have a Facebook group. Ours does. We're PANNC, PAN-NC, Pacific Northwest Nerf Club. And so if you go on Facebook and look for Nerf clubs, search based on your state, on your city, that's generally how you find them. Alternatively, start one. I have a whole video on how to start your own Nerf wars. So you can try giving one of those a watch and start organizing them with your friends and get the community involved and all of that, if you can't find one in your particular area. So that is my advice to you, James. Let's take a look at this one. This comes from Boomstick Mods. Gosh, but that sounds promising. That is a cool name. And if it's not an Army of Darkness reference, it should be. Good Lord. Good Lord. Dear Captain, you have been a big inspiration to me and my channel, Boomstick Mods, ever since I first saw you on Walcom's channel. I've learned a lot from your videos, and I look forward to learning more. To show my admiration, I have included what is technically a Lego Captain Xavier. However, it is a bit bigger than the other ones. I hope he does you proud against any Lego adversaries, and if you ever make your way to the Eastern Shore, make sure that Maryland Nerf herders will always welcome you. We will save you a seat at our after-war admin dinner. I hope one day to see you in battle either with you or against you. Keep on flinging foam, and wish you the best. Your Eastern Shore friend, Boomstick. The Maryland Nerf herders. You shall hear from us again. James Brinster, Maryland Nerf herders. Look them up. There's also another Maryland group. What was the name of those guys? There's also the Southern Maryland House of Nerf. Those are two groups you should definitely look into. They may be the same. I haven't the foggiest idea, but look them up. All right, let's take a look at what we've got in here. Oh, that is cool. See, Bionicle was after my time, but God, yeah, it's a Bionicle Captain Xavier, face mask and all, tank full of rival, minigun totin'. It even has a dial to control the power. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, yep, the barrel rotates. That is awesome. Yes, sir, that is going in my Lego room in a place of honor. That is awesome. And then this appears to be a huge box of ammo. We've got rival rounds. I think there's a little bit of absolutely everything in here. I don't see any full-size reactor, but I see the small ones, which I think I recently lent most of mine to Walcom to do a video, so I'm glad. Oh, there's vortex discs, even glow-in-the-dark vortex discs. Rival rounds and colors. Look at glow-in-the-dark. No. This one might be. No. There's Boomco, Rebel, Zombie Strike. I'm a big fan of Zombie Strike. Little bit of absolutely everything. This looks like a collection from the battlefield after a major event, and that, there is something really, really cool about that. That is awesome. I will have to sort this out into my Tower o' Darts so that they can go into circulation around here. That is awesome. And that mini, that is probably the coolest representation of me I have yet seen. That is awesome. Ah! He fell over. Very cool. All right, I will try to get James and these folks in touch. I don't know. I have any idea where any of you are actually located, so yeah, I'll see what I can do. All right, what's next? I am curious on this one because, gosh, if that doesn't sound like happiness. It's a bag of Lego. It appears to be some more Chima. What do we got here? Oh, it's a big one. Oh, cool. Different birds. I didn't have any of these birds. I only had the eagle-looking ones. Very cool. Looks like it's missing a few parts. One bird helmet. I wonder which one. Doesn't really matter. But that, yeah, those crow-looking guys are really cool. That is awesome. This will get built in a video. I'm sure I can come up with any parts that are missing other than that helmet. I obviously probably, I know I don't have those bird helmets, but that is very cool. Thank you. What does it say here? JC Core? Well, you know who you are, and you are awesome. And this will be getting built probably tomorrow, because I'm not going to have time this evening because I've got gaming. All right. It never ends. What else do we have? We have a box from Mark Musselman. Dear Captain Xavier, hi. As I stated in my email, I want to send you an X-Shot Hurricane for use in Kanateki K26. Unfortunately, it did not come with a magazine, but I was thinking that it might be possible to widen the magwell to take Nerf mags. I have also included some goodies as a thank you for all the great videos you make. Your videos have gotten me back into Nerf and modding. I included something that I believe goes with your 9 hammer shot loadout. Keep up making good content. I look forward to seeing the K26 episode. Mark M. Well, sweet. Oh, this one. Yeah. I haven't done this one. I've got a friend who I believe he used this to try to make a bullpup or something similar. So I should be able to get my hands on a magazine for it if I don't have one. I'm pretty sure I don't, but I'm pretty sure I know someone who does. So if I can find it, then this will end up in a K26 episode. Oh, yes! The micro hammer shot. How did I have one? And it didn't even occur to me to put it in my hammer shot loadout. Now I've got one for each side. That is awesome. Thank you so much. That is a great suggestion. And Skittles. Always the Skittles. Most excellent. You, sir, are awesome. I don't know if you want this back. Email me and let me know if you want it back. If not, I will be less concerned about its well-being when I try to K26 it. Most excellent. Awesome. Thank you ever so much. All right. Let's take a look at this one. Could be anything. Dear Captain, I'm a fairly new fan from Minnesota, and I thought you might be able to use these. Enclosed is a Sidewinder and Cyclone Shock cylinders, a broken barricade, and a jammed proton. Keep up the good work. Okay. Well, you never have too many cylinders. I do want to try to make absolvers out of these. My plan was to make one that fired 3 and then 3 by rotating it on a drain blaster. So now I've got more of those to experiment with. Sidewinder. Thoughts. A barricade.
but apparently it doesn't work. And a jammed proton. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How? How? How did you... How did you get 3 rounds into 1 proton? I fixed it. And I've got 3 vortex discs now. 2 of them thoroughly worse for the wear, but they probably still work. Cool. Well, parts are always welcome, especially cylinders, because I do like doing absolvers. Having a thought. I will have a think about it. Most excellent. Thank you ever so much. It may have landed on a spider. All right then. We have something from the Amazon fulfillment service, which means it probably came from Sparky the Saint, because he sends me the coolest stuff. Ah, yes. Yes. Most excellent. Oh, it's the captain's hat. Oh, wait. Are they both? Oh, they're both in here. Captain and sailor. Sweet. As well as... I have plans for this. But not for the likes of you. Yet. All right. Thank you, Sparky. I have plans. They will be awesome. Okay. Something here from Zachary McCoy. Dear Captain Xavier, hello again from Florida. I hope this package reaches you well. Hopefully you will find the contents of it useful. Sorry about the lack of skill. Sincerely, Zachary McCoy. P.S. The broken Spectre is actually my second painted shell. Hopefully you can give it some love. P.P.S. The Spectre is yours. I hope you will find a place for it in your armory. Well, what do we have here? Well, we have this. That is a lovely shade of green. Got some thumbprints in it. I like the texture on the handle. Is that chalk paint? That's what it feels like. I like it. And that is a lovely shade of green. It does need a little bit of work, but we could probably make that thing dance again. That is an odd looking dart. Some rival ammo, the good stuff, very cool. Couple of 6-round magazines. Despite what people tell you, you can never have too many magazines. A couple of jolts. Lovely. I need jolts to trade for jolts so that I can do my jolt loadout. Very cool. One of these tiny little ridiculously powerful shotgun things. These things are wicked strong. And I think I've got one, and I have 2. I should do a farcical Reaper loadout with these as my shotguns. And then one of these tiny little pistols. In fact, a fan recently sent me a couple of these that had gotten broken, so now I've got one I can return. Most excellent. Thank you ever so much. That will be super handy. Awesome. And I will see about bringing this back to life. I think I have a Spectre I could transplant the guts of it into. Very cool. Thank you very much, Zach. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Now this one comes to me from Lewiston, Idaho, where I used to live. And I pass through there every once in a while, and I keep forgetting to look this guy up. Dear Captain Xavier, as everyone always says, I hope this box finds you well. It does. I have included some things I've found that I thought might suit you better than I know in a video you talked about shoulder holsters, and you mentioned a like for orange jolts for being in your colors and for not having the large tip on the end. I came across a couple and thought I would send them along. Sweet! I also found on the street one day a weird plastic shotgun shell that I noticed looked like it would fit a dart, which it did. I put it in my glove box, figuring I would find out what it was one day. I was watching an old episode of Can It Take the K-26 and saw you trying some blasters that take shells. I thought since you have some blasters that use it, and I don't, I would get more use out of it than me. I also found a blaster that I don't recognize from any Can It Take the K-26 episode, so I thought I would send it along. If you have, will you notice from the price tag it didn't hurt my wallet so much, so in any way, you have some spare parts. Lastly, I work for a two-way radio company, and I personally was given a large number of radios. Unfortunately, I am unable to sell the radios through the company, so I have kept them for my personal use. I have found over time I have more than I needed. I believe I've heard you talk about in a war or two how some radios would have helped out, so look no more. I've included 6 radios, batteries, and a gang charger. I am unsure of the life of the batteries, but you should be able to find some aftermarket ones, or the radios simply take 4 AA's. Well, that's the coolest thing ever. Oh, good lord. He sent 6 Motorola walkie-talkies with belt holsters. That is amazing. You have no idea how useful that is going to be really quick. I'm going to have to, yeah. Oh, good lord. I have the coolest van. Oh, and look at that. A 6 charge base. Sweet. That is fantastic. Yeah, as you said, worst case scenario, I can get replacement batteries for him. Because Motorola's a company. So they have a big rechargeable battery, or you can just put 4 AA's in there. That is amazing. And a pair of the jolts that I need. Magnificent. And yep, 1 Busby shell. Very cool. And this thing. Interesting. No, I don't think I've done this particular one 80 cents. Breaking the bank for me, sir. You are too kind. All of that is amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to use these, how to program them, all that jazz. Oh, they fit in their charger, or in their holders. That is ridiculously cool. Why is this one ticked? I'm sure there's a reason. That is awesome. The coolest fans, I tell you. All right, let's take a look at this one. I suspect this is a diagnostic and repair. Hi, Captain X. Thank you for agreeing to fix my Atlas. As compensation, I have given you a pack of gummies. You have given me a huge amount of expertise in modding. I was wondering if you could send me some of your Laurino thrifting magic. I haven't found anything better than a pair of Air Max 1000s. Thank you for fixing the Atlas. Have fun fixing it, Elijah. P.S. Is it just me, or are these darts extremely accurate? Oh yeah, the little Valentine Vauberries are very accurate. An excellent choice. What do we have? The screws, a broken Atlas, and gummies! Sweet. Alright, this will go in the repair pile as well. And I will try to get to it as soon as I can. Alright. I'm gonna eat a gummy. Nom. Alright. I got a package here from Merrick in Poland. Very cool. I can figure out how to get into it. Oh, good lord. Dear Captain, ever since Operation Rival for Poland concluded, I've felt I got the better end of the deal, especially with the cost of shipping on your end. Seeing how happy the first Recon made you, I was on the lookout for a second one, and well, here it is. No box this time. Hopefully the gummies will make up for that. Keep being awesome. May your beard and YouTube channel ever grow. Merrick. The man sent me a second Gear Up Recon. Full, complete, sights and everything. These were never available in the States, but apparently they're a dime a dozen in Poland. Look at that. That is there isn't a scratch on this thing. That is pristine. That is gorgeous. Thank you, sir. And what do we have here? Gummies. Oh. They melted into one giant goom. One giant Polish goom. I'm gonna eat it anyway. It's been warm here. Oh, this was this was in my car, and it was warm. One giant goom. Yeah. That is some delicious goom, sir. I got another one. This one is also one giant goom now. That is cool. You, sir, are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we got another one from a faraway land. This one, I believe, comes from Great Britain. Suspicious. Dear Captain Xavier, thank you so much for the effort and energy which you put into your YouTube channel. We are really encouraging as my son and I build up our Nerf arsenal and embark on modding our blasters. Having enjoyed real steel shooting for many years, I can find the inconsistency of flywheel blasters disappointing, although that might be due to poor dart selection. So I have taken to modding spring-powered blasters. An Alpha Trooper with a 5 kilogram spring has now given way to a long shot with a 10 kilogram spring. Excellent upgrade. I have also just done my first brass breach on a fire strike, which combined with a spring upgrade has made it into a very precise and useful tool. Oh yes, yes. Single shot pistols. If you want long range, that's a way to go easily, for sure. To thank you for your encouragement and enthusiasm, please find enclosed numerous Skittles, including lime flavor. Of course, a limey sends me lime. That is awesome. And a Tech 10 we found in a local charity shop. We enjoyed watching your Busby K26 episode and noticed you didn't have the first iteration of the Tech 10. Please K26 or cannibalize for parts as you see fit. PTO. Thank you, too, for being so community-oriented. Your example of drawing people together and wanting to serve your community is admirable. I especially enjoy your video on how to set up your own local Nerf wars. My family and I are just establishing a new church in our village, and hosting a Nerf war seems like an excellent way to combine hobby and community. Absolutely. Keep up the good work. I have the honor, sir, to remain your obedient servant, Pilot Officer Percy Prune. You, sir, are magnificent. What do we have? More lime-flavored Skittles. So beautiful. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, yeah! I didn't do this one. Oh, that is... What is in this already? Anything? It just jammed. Something's up with it. Luckily, I plan to tear it open. Oh, and the fancy Crazy Sours and Wild Berry. Ooh, it has the blue raspberry. Oh, this is blueberry. Apple, blackberry, strawberry, kiwi, cherry, raspberry. Ooh, very good. Sour mandarin, sour apple, sour raspberry, sour cherry, sour pineapple. Very nice. All of the Skittles in all of the lands. Most excellent. Well, thank you so much. I hope the Nerf War goes well. Community groups like that actually usually are, because people don't take it too seriously. They stay nice and relaxed. It's silly and fun. And those are the best kind. So, yes. Awesome. And this thing will have its day. Because something ain't right with it. So we might as well try to upgrade it. Alright. And last, but absolutely not least, we have a package from Ryan Engelstead, who sends me the coolest stuff. Of course, you all send me the coolest stuff, because I have the coolest fans. I spelled my name right. Chaylo, good day, sir. Hope this day finds you well. It does indeed. we found some things that we thought you would enjoy. Lego items for pirate ships, yes! Captain Miscellaneous Lego bag that look like maybe Harry Potter, but good castle colors, fabulous. Some ice cream, but maybe good for bubbles for your waterfall? Maybe up to you, of course. Some crossfires that you enjoy so much until you wait for their back is turned to the club them in the head to steal their precious parts. Some crossfires that you enjoy so much until you wait for them to turn their back and then club them in the head to steal their precious parts. Yes. 2 possible blasters for K26. 1 comlink looked all over the store to find its partner till I realized that they may have been sold separate. Not sure. No battery. Door, but no big surprise. 2 orange and gray things. Maybe destroyed in an attempt, but it's for science. Jaru blaster for ammo for ire. Hey, yeah? Enjoy contents, my friend. Love the videos and goodwill you bring to the hobby. Your friend from Minnesota, Ryan, Michelle, Greta, and Gabe. Sorry for the lack of candy. New version of our patch. Ooh. Sweet. Oh, this one's Velcro backed. I think the other one I had wasn't, so I can actually put this one on my gear. Thunderdome, Minnesota. That is awesome. I don't know what these are. Monopoly stuff. I dig it. Scrabble stickers. Very cool. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Welcome did a video on these, and I kind of wanted to snag one and see what happens if you fire it forward. So, yeah, that's going to happen. Yep. Not. You never know with these. We've been surprised in the past. It will end up in a K26 episode. A bunch of crossfires to be gutted for their top rail connectors. And a comlink blaster. That? Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna say, that's actually a kind of comfortable grip until half of it's missing. But... Yep, these had walkie-talkies built into them, which is just silly and fantastic and what the Cyber Strike line was all about. And so, but the nice thing about that line is they almost all can take K26, so that'll be another fun vintage blaster to give a try to. Now, Legos. That definitely looks like old Harry Potter. Nothing but good colors in there, though. The bricks and the small oh, I didn't even know that was a part. I did not know that part existed. There are parts in here I don't have, sir. And that is the coolest kind of Lego bag to get. Most excellent. A whole bunch of windows with their shutters. That is even better. Fantastic. And what do we have in here? We have... Okay. Oh. A pirate flag and a French flag and a tiny pistol and a bunch of ice creams, which I have seen these connected together, as he said, to make to look like smoke or cannons firing, and then you put a ball on the end and it holds it all together and it looks like you fired a cannon. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I don't think I had any of these, so I'd seen those effects and was like, oh, that would be cool if only I had the thing. And when I finally get the opportunity to re-expand my pirate setup, because my current setup, I had to cut the table down to almost nothing. If I can ever get it back to the full 4 foot by 8 foot, I want to have 4 factions, an English, a French, a Spanish, and a pirate faction, each in their own corners, and then vying over resources and islands and naval battles and all of that. So I will have definite use for the French flag. So that is awesome. As I said, the coolest fans. I have the coolest fans. So much cool stuff. This has been an absolutely amazing fan mail haul. I've lost track of how many blasters I got for K26. new ammo types, gifts, goomies, stuff for repair. Absolutely fantastic. You people are amazing, and you spoil me, and I love you all. So, I do have further future plans for helping out the community. I'm getting more and more involved in the big events. I'm hoping to host big events. I'm hoping to get some other really interesting things started. Somebody emailed me about another possible charity thing, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. And like I said, there is going to be a channel update probably this weekend in which I talk about some big plans I have for the future. Yeah, possible big future plans for the community, for helping the community grow and learn and teach and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that this weekend. And again, you guys are awesome and you send me the coolest stuff. And thank you all so very, very much. And thank you guys for watching.